Fundamental algebraic operations. Multiplication of algebraic expressions. When multiplying two polynomials, multiply each term of one polynomial with each term of the other polynomial and then add the results. Simplify the answer by collecting like terms. Let's see some examples. Perform the indicated multiplications. So for the first one here, we have negative 5xs square times negative 3xs complete square. So we'll keep negative 5xs square as it is. And then for the bracket, we will simplify that. So negative 3 square will give us 9. X square will give us x square. And then s square will stay s square because s to the power of 2 will be s square. Then simplifying this further, we collect like terms, meaning that in this content, we multiply numbers together first, so coefficients. Negative 5 times 9 will give us negative 45. X times x square will give us x to the power of 3. And then s square times s square will give us s to the power of 4. For the next one then, we multiply negative 5 times 3. So we can multiply these two first or these two brackets first and then negative 3. It is completely our choice which one we want to solve for first. So in this particular case, I'm going to keep negative 3 as it is. So I will say negative 3. So I'll say negative 3. Negative 5 times 3 will give me negative 15. P times P will give me P square. Q cubed will remain same. Negative, negative, positive will get positive 20. P Q to the power of 4. Now simplifying this further, we will multiply negative 3 inside. So 3 times 15 will give us 45. P square Q cubed. P square Q cubed minus 60 P Q to the power of 4. So negative 3 times 20 will give us 60. P Q to the power of 4 remains same. Now for this one, we'll multiply first terms together. So 5 times 6 will give us 30. A square times A square will give us a to the power of 4. Now 5 times 3 will give us negative 15 A square. Negative 2 times negative 6 will give us negative 12 A square. Negative 12 A square. And then last two terms will give us plus 6. Now we ask ourselves, can we simplify this more? Because negative 15a square and 12a square are like terms. We can simplify them to be, these to be 30a to the power of 4 subtract 27a square plus 6. Now for the next one, similar to the previous one, we can keep the first term as it is. So I can say it is 3x. I can say this one right here is 3x. And then the other bracket we can simplify more by saying 4 times 2x will give me 8x. 4 times 1 will give me 4. So plus 4. Subtract x times 2x will give me 2x square. And lastly, we'll get minus x. 1 times x will give us minus x. For the bracket then, we can simplify 8x and negative x to make us to become 7x, because 8x minus x will be 7x and everything else will remain same. So this will be 7x plus 4 minus 2x square. And now multiplying 3x inside the bracket, 7 times 3 will give us 21 x square plus 12x minus 6x to the power of 3. Okay. For the next one then, again like the previous one, I can keep 3 as it is, and for a plus b square, like 2m plus 5 complete square, some of us know formula, that will be a square plus 2 times a times b plus b square. Or if you don't know the formula, we're just going to simply write something like this. It will be 2m plus 3 and another 2m plus 3. And then 2m plus 3 times 2m plus 3, and 3 remains same. In the bracket we get 2m times 2m will give me 4m square. So I write 4m square. 2m plus 2m times 3 will give us 6m plus another 6m, and 3 times 3 will give us 9. Now the middle two terms, 6m plus 6m, can simplify to 12m. So we will say this will be then 3 times 4m square plus 12m plus 9, and multiplying 3 inside, we'll get 12m square times 3, 36m, and 9 times 3, 27. If you need the formula, you can do it directly as well. Similarly, for this one, it's cubed, so we rewrite the same thing 3 times. We write it as x minus 2y square times x minus 2y square and then another x minus 2y square. One of them we will keep it same, and on second two brackets we can simplify further, multiply them together, we get x square minus 2xy square, another minus 2xy square, and then lastly we get plus 4y to the power of 4. Now middle two terms here can be simplified further. Minus 2xy square minus 2xy square will simplify to minus 4xy square. And then simplifying this further now, multiplying these ones inside the bracket, we will get x times x square will give us x cubed x times minus 4xy will give us 4x square y square. We will get 4x square y square. Then another 4xy to the 4. Now multiplying, so we're done with multiplying x with all of these ones. Now we'll multiply 2y square with all of those ones. So we'll get minus 2x square y square. We write them in alphabetical order. Plus 8xy to the 4. And lastly minus 8y to the power of 6. Now let's collect like terms. 4x square y square, 2x square y square. So that will end up giving us x cube will remain same, minus 6x square y square, and then 4xy to the 4, 8xy to the 4 will give us 12xy to the power of 4, and lastly 8y to the 6 remains same, and that will be our answer. Now, some of us know how to do this directly using formula, which is perfectly fine, and the formula looks something like this. A minus b to the power of 3 will be same as a cubed, a to the power of 3 minus 3a square b plus 3ab square, and lastly minus b to the power of 3. Okay, if you were to plug that formula here, we will get x cubed. That's what we have here, minus 3 times x square times 2y square. So that will be negative 6 x square y square plus 3ab square. So plus 3 times x times this square. So that will be 3 times 4. So 12 x stays x, and y square will be y to the 4. So 12x y to the 4, that's what we have. And lastly minus b cubed, so minus 2y square cubed, so that's 8y to the 6, and that's what we have. So if you knew formula, you can directly write from here to the final answer. If you're not sure, you'll do something which I just did.